Hey, this is Joe with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at moose racing skid plates available at RevZilla.com. So Moose Racing got started in the Colorado Rockies in 1986, and they specialize in off-road parts and apparel aimed at dual sport, enduro, and adventure bike riders. So what we have here are a variety of different skid plates for different types of motorcycles and different types of riding applications. So for those of you who aren't aware what skid plates do, they do two things. One is to protect the bottom of the motorcycle from damage from off-road obstacles, and also allow the motorcycle to slide over things that it may be high-centered on when you're riding off-road. So all of these skid plates can do both of those functions without any problems. So what we have here are a range of products going from $85 to $400, depending on the model that you go with and the model that your bike calls for. But don't forget, RevZilla offers that price match policy if you do find any of these for less elsewhere. So we have a few different options I'm going to go through, but generally you'll need to start out by entering your bike into RevZilla's Bike Finder, and then go to Bike Protection and then Skid Plates, and you'll see a wide variety of options for your machine. So starting over here on my left, we have the aluminum option. So the aluminum option is the heaviest out of the three, but generally you're going to find fitment for adventure bikes and dual sport bikes, so the weight really won't matter too much on those already kind of heavy bikes. So aluminum will definitely do the job. I've had aluminum skid plates on quite a range of motorcycles over the years. Definitely very, very tough stuff. Now, it can get dented in extreme scenarios, and of course, it does make a bit of noise when rocks and everything are hitting it. It does reflect some of the exhaust sound back to it. But tried and true, aluminum has always done a great job as a skid plate on a motorcycle. Moving on from that, we're going to get into the carbon fiber option. Now, Moose Racing uses E-Line to develop their carbon fiber skid plates, and E-Line has been in the carbon fiber business for over 25 years. So they really have a handle on how to develop carbon fiber parts for off-road use. So initially I was a little bit worried about a carbon fiber skid plate because I have a carbon pipe guard on my bike that's a little bit thin, and it has allowed the pipe to get damaged even underneath that thin carbon fiber cover. But this is super beefy. I mean, this is very, very tough stuff. The only downside is that when the hardware is installed on this, the little button head bolts will hang down a little bit, and it could be a potential hang-up spot when you're riding off-road. But the carbon fiber, the big advantage of the carbon fiber over some of the other options is that since it's basically cloth that's impregnated with resin, they can really shape the skid plate up to the bottom of the motorcycle to really fit it up nice and tight and have a low-profile look. Also, the carbon fiber look is killer. You know, obviously, if you're going to bling out your dirt bike, the carbon is definitely a top contender for added some flair to your bike. Now, lastly, we're going to go with the Pro. The Pro and the Pro LG are an HDPE option from Moose Racing. Now, HDPE stands for high density polyethylene, otherwise known as heavy duty plastic. So the only difference between the Pro and the Pro LG is that the Pro is 6 millimeters thick and the LG is 8 millimeters thick. But both options are around 40% lighter than an aluminum option. So this is one that I personally run on my dirt bike. These are very, very popular now, especially in the hard enduro and hare scramble. When you're really riding technical stuff off-road, this is a really great option. A couple reasons for that is, one, when the hardware is installed, as you can see here, it's countersunk. So the hardware isn't sticking out at all. It really gives a nice smooth surface. And this material is naturally pretty slippery. So even on gnarly, aggressive rocks and stuff like that, these plates really like to slide right over that stuff and don't cause you to lose any speed or momentum when you're going over that kind of stuff. The other thing is that they're a little bit flexible. So they're not really going to give you that abrupt hit when you hit something like a rock or a log with your bike. There is a little bit of give to that, but definitely provides plenty enough protection to your frame rails and your engine case, of course. So the HDP option is understandably one of the more popular options out there from Moose Racing. So as far as installation goes, you're looking at maybe 10 to 15 minutes on any of these. So just be sure that you remove any existing skid plate that you have, clean the underside of the bike. It's a good time to check for leaks or any other damage. But I had no problem getting the Pro LG version on my 250 XCW in just about 10 minutes. All the hardware was included, very clear instructions, so I was really satisfied with the installation process there. Overall, one of the biggest assets I see with the Pro and the Pro LG is that it's very quiet. Compared to the aluminum one that I had just taken off my bike, two strokes really make a lot of noise anyway. The HDP option really cuts down on the sound that's coming back from the engine, and also, of course, any rocks or anything that are hitting it. So it's a nice quiet option there. But if you'd like to see what other riders have to say about these, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. And if you have any questions about these or anything else you see on our website, give our Gear Geeks a shout at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email to cs@revzilla.com. Thanks for watching our video today about moose racing skid plates. I'm Joe, and I'll see you next time.